and you accept that you're not going to make very much in the way of changes to it without a major product revision.
Full stop.
Full stop.
Okay.
That's not the answer that people want to hear, but it's the pragmatic answer given the technology that we're working with and the resources that we have available. Now, we have some ideas about how we can make that better with some magic underneath the hood, but that's not something that's a suitably high priority to be pushed to the top of the backlog for us right now. But yeah, I know exactly what you mean, and it's a really common problem.
You could add Apache Camel to this too.
You could.
Just thinking of it.
And I believe ViewSource actually has Camel within its mix of products that it supports in this deck.
Do you have to use Apache products?
No. I mean,
I think you usually start off with the fundamental problem that the underlying indexer doesn't like high update rates. So why don't you use an indexer which is designed for that?
No, perhaps that's a miscommunication on my behalf. It's not that the underlying indexer doesn't like high update rates, it's that the vast majority of customers who use it in the common scenario, which is lots of searches, comparatively few updates, as opposed to the other way around. So the common usage scenarios are the reverse of what we're doing.
So, I mean, how do you deal with that? Because I know that with Soho and the Scene, basically you have to reindex fully normally when you want to reindex. So how are you dealing with the rapid approach of, I assume you're looking for some kind of iterative indexing?
Yes, and pretty much I've alluded to the way that works currently. We're not re-indexing, but we are incrementally indexing content as it comes in, and we're also dropping stuff out of the index once it passes through the 60-day window. And the idea is that eventually, as the system gets more capable and more performant, and we can scale it more horizontally, we extend that window and make it longer and longer and longer. I mean, it used to be 30 days, but now it's 60 days. So we've more than doubled the performance of the system so far. But that's not so much the problem. The problem is that one of the many challenges is that, as is typical with any kind of client software development project where you're not doing greenfield development, what you're working with is a system that has arrived at its current status and point in time because it has evolved from a simple system. I mean, a simple system that works. Every system that I have worked with that's been a complex system that works has evolved from a simple system that worked. I've never seen a complex system that worked out of the gate, ever, in any kind of development. So because it has evolved in a particular direction, it's evolved to do one set of things reasonably well according to the constraints that the business was under at the time. Now, what the business wanted at the time that the system was built inevitably is a moving set of goalposts, and that as times and the competitive marketplace evolve, the needs of the business change. But of course, we all know that architecture is not agile. Architecture is something that is not quite set in stone, but is difficult to change once placed in motion. And as a consequence, once you've built a system on a particular architecture and you've decided, oh yeah, you know, that's a mod 20, but it would be good if we could change it to like a mod 30, say. Oh, well, that screws all of our indexes, doesn't it? You often fail to realise what the consequences of particular architectural decisions are when you make them earlier on, because you're only looking at the particular constraint environment that you're in. So, yeah, re-architecture is complex and difficult.
So if you have this evolution of the system,